Alright, I am Tiberius, admin at AtheistForums.org, and we have our first round of staff interviews today. Our first, and possibly luckiest or unluckiest member of staff is robvalue. Hello, Rob.
Hiya.
How you doing?
Hiya, I'm alright, thank you. How are you?
I'm pretty good. Right, so you've all asked a few questions sort of to general staff, and you've also asked a few questions to Rob specifically, and what I've done is I've taken all of those and I've mixed them up, and we will be going through them in a sort of random order. And Rob hasn't prepared any answers, at least he says he hasn't, so it's going to be sort of an off-the-cuff interview. Rob, are you ready to go?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Excellent. All right, first question, and it's a bit of a personal one. How old are you?
Okay, I'm 39.
39.
40 in March.
40 in March. Awesome.
Mm.
All right, that's the first question down.
Yeah.
When were you first interested in logical argumentation?
I don't know really. I've always been a very logical person, mathematical and everything, but I suppose I got into specifics of logical arguments a little while before I joined the forum, so it'll be a few years ago now when I started watching online videos between atheists and religious people, and I noticed a lot of and I sort of learned about the logical fallacies and things like that. So yeah, probably about 3 or 4 years ago now.
Awesome. Are there any serious conflicts between members of staff?
I don't think so. No, things seem pretty good.
Excellent. All right, here's a very important question: tea, coffee, or beer?
I would go with tea. I find coffee quite disgusting, and
You're a classical British person, I see.
yeah, I don't much like the taste of beer either. So yeah, I'll go with tea.
So the follow-up question to this is: what's your favourite tea?
I'll just have normal decaf. Quite boring there. Emma's tried to get me to try different ones, but I'll never do mine.
Normal decaf breakfast tea, I presume you mean.
I suppose so. Yeah.
You're not into Darjeeling or Earl Grey or.
No, I don't drink it that much actually. Just have it now and again.
Okay.
Other people are obsessed with it and keep offering me cups of it all the time. That's okay. Yeah.
I'm going to go off script here. So, what would your favourite beverage be?
Well, if I'm being naughty, I'll have some Coke, I suppose. Otherwise, probably a smoothie, something like that.
All right. What flavour smoothie?
Can you hear my dog?
We can hear your dog. Yeah, but it's all right.
Josh. Any fruit really? Strawberry, orange. I like a mix of flavours.
Cool. All right. Off of beverages.
Okay.
What's in it for you being a mod? There don't seem to be any perks.
What's in it for me?
Yeah.
Well, I think the main thing is knowing that I'm doing a good thing, and that I'm helping a place that I think is really important, and that I'm helping to run it. I think that's the feeling I get from doing that. Is the main benefit.
Good. That's the feeling every staff should get, I think. From doing
I think they should do. Otherwise, they probably won't enjoy it very much.
Here's a note to any staff members watching for their future interviews. That's a good answer.
Thank you.
All right. What's involved in the mod selection process?
Well, we discuss if we need new staff to begin with, and then if so, how many we're going to get, and then we put together a list of candidates between us all. And then we've recently worked out a new way of voting so that we we then go through and order all the candidates. We each do it, so we put them in order of preference. And then by the time all staff have cast their votes or a certain amount of time has passed, then we worked out the average rankings, and then whoever comes out at the top will go and offer the place to them. And if for some reason they can't do it or they don't want to do it, we'll go down the list to the next person and so on. But people seem to generally accept, because, I mean, I never thought I would, but it was an honour when I got asked, so I surprised myself there.
Okay, I'm gonna do a follow-up question to that as well. So, are there any parts of the mod selection process that you disagree with or want to improve?
No, there was before. I had a bit of a problem with the voting system, in that I could see the potential for, if someone refused, the system didn't handle it that well, and possibly someone who shouldn't have got in could get in, even though they didn't get that many votes. So, but I brought that up, and the voting system's been changed now, and I can't see that being a problem anymore. So I'm really happy with it now.
Awesome. All right. Tell us about growing up. Rob, the early years. I haven't heard much about it.
Yeah. I can't remember very much before the age of 5, anyway.
That's the early years, so that's that question finished.
Yeah, I grew up in a little town called Caister in Norfolk. It's mainly stories I've been told about myself. I was a very hyperactive kid. I think they thought I had ADHD, but I think it was just curiosity. I wanted to know everything. Why this? Why that? And I had a habit of wandering off and just walking up to random people and talking to them. And I had to be put on reins at one point because I was such a liability when I walked around. And they told me a story once that we were at the beach, and they suddenly looked around, they couldn't find me, and they got panicked and ran off, and they eventually found me sitting next to another family talking to them. So I don't remember any of this, so I'm just taking their word for it. Yeah, I think I was a bit of a handful. But,
so you were basically the poster child for stranger danger, it sounds like.
Yeah, strangers weren't dangerous in those days. It's only recently become dangerous, isn't it? So I was lucky there.
Awesome. All right. What plans do you have for your YouTube channel? Do you plan to make it more awesome, and how?
Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad you think it's awesome.
That wasn't me. I don't know you have a YouTube channel, but this was the question.
No, that's all right. Well,
I'm sure it is awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I've done a lot of videos on it. It's been my ME which has held me back from doing more. If it wasn't for that, I'd have done loads more. I'd have put more effort into it, made it a more professional channel. But unfortunately, I haven't had the energy to do hardly anything. So that's what's held me back. If I do eventually get the energy, then yeah, I'll be putting more effort in trying to organise the videos better, get like some proper background on it, sort of better production values on my videos. It's all a bit cheap at the moment because it's just all I can manage. So in the future, I do hope to make it more professional, and then obviously to try and advertise it properly. At the moment, there's not many people know about it at the moment. Yeah, so that's a hopeful for the future.
Awesome. Okay, back to some staff questions. So, without naming names, has a staff member ever threatened to leave the staff when a decision didn't go their way?
I don't think so. No. People have threatened to leave if certain things happened, but they didn't happen. So it hasn't actually got to that stage. No.
Good. Hopefully it never will.
Yeah, hopefully.
All right. How does the staff manage to look so gorgeous? I think this might be just a general question for you. What's your beauty routine in the morning, Rob?
My beauty routine is nothing really.
You're just naturally gorgeous.
I guess
you,
so.
You wake up and the world just, bows down in front of you.
Yeah. Well, I've always been one to turn a few heads, but I'm in the opposite direction, unfortunately. They must be talking about before I joined the staff. I don't know. But, yeah, I don't do very much really. I just go and have my hair shaved off now and again. That's about it.
All right. What is your favourite sleeping position?
Generally on my back. If I sleep any other way, I tend to get to sleep. I can occasionally get to sleep on my side, but I normally end up on my back.
Does that make you a prolific snorer, being on your back or not?
Sometimes it does, yes. Obviously, someone says you snore, and I go, no, I don't. But I have actually been presented with video evidence.
That's the era. That's the era of video phones, isn't it?
Yeah.
Before it was like, no, never, and then suddenly people put like recording devices in phones, and it was like, oh crap. The truth comes out.
Yeah, it was pretty bad at one point. Actually, my snoring. My wife had to go and sleep in another room, but it's not as bad as that now.
All right. Has there ever been an attempted coup? I take it this is sort of a coup against me. So.
Oh, I'm not talking about the Queen.
I don't think so. I think it's a general staff question.
Oh right, okay. No, not that I'm aware of. No,
and there never will be.
And there never will be benevolent overlord. No.
Right. Have you mods? I take it this is basically to you. Have you ever had to report anyone to the police?
Well, yes, actually. Well, that came out on the forum that I actually called the police. I don't know if I should bring the incident up again, but you probably remember what I'm talking about.
Yeah, probably. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think it's a sort of we do it standard. It's not something that happens too often, thankfully.
No, that's the only time. I mean, I've heard of it in the past. Things have had to go that far before, but it seems to be pretty rare. And this was a rare occurrence. And I wasn't. This phone call wasn't because someone was dangerous. It was more like to make sure someone was okay. Yeah. Good.
All right, getting on from sort of depressing thoughts. Tell us about a childhood memory that makes you smile. Presumably not one where you were talking to strangers.
No. My childhood wasn't that happy, really. I think the main times I was happy is when I was in the arcades playing Street Fighter 2 and or Shinobi or all the different. I've always been a game player, and I think that's a very fond memory I've got of when the arcades used to be exciting, and I used to have games that you couldn't. They were much better than what you played at home. Arcades are a load of crap now, so that's the best I can do. Oh, and roller skating, but then that didn't really take off until I was about 18, so it doesn't really count.
All right. Okay, where is the strangest place that you have performed staff duties? This answer is just going to be the toilet for every single staff member.
Well, yeah, that's what first came to mind. I do go in the garden sometimes. Something I've done anything else weird. I've sat in the car doing it on my phone, I think.
That's not a strange place, though.
No, I suppose that's not strange, is it?
No. Just say the toilet and let's get on with it.
Yeah, well...
Sitting on the toilet, come on.
Yeah.
All right. Why do you think you were asked to be on staff?
I expect because I'm fairly calm and level-headed and don't get angry about stuff and try and see everyone's point of view. So hopefully something like that.
All good qualities. Good. At your discretion, Rob, please talk about your health conditions' impact on your life.
Okay. Sure. I've got ME, which stands for something I can never remember, but also known as chronic fatigue syndrome, which is the main impact on my life at the moment, which, as I was saying earlier, makes me extremely tired mentally and physically. I've sort of got about the energy of a 90-year-old man, so I can't do an awful lot in a day. So I have to prioritise what I'm doing, and if I do too much, then I'm screwed for the next sort of few days. So I have to pace myself, ration my energy. So that often means I can't do what I want to do. Sometimes I can't even do what I need to do. So that is very difficult, and that's led to me having depression, which I'm prone to anyway. So I've been struggling with that, both of those, for like the last 10 years. I've also got Crohn's disease, which I've had since I was about 15, which is a problem in the intestine. And that over my life, that's caused me a huge amount of pain. I've had to have an operation for it. Eventually, the pain got under control, but then I started getting another problem with a blockage in my intestine, which led to excruciating pain for a very long time. And I found out it could even potentially be life-threatening. So I've had to go on a new diet. I was lucky to get an excellent specialist soon, because all my old ones were useless and couldn't figure out what this was or couldn't be bothered. But this one figured out right away what it was. And he stuck me on a really low-fibre diet, which is incredibly boring. There's hardly anything I can eat. But it does the trick, and it stops this thing from happening. So that's worth it. But on the plus side, I might be having an operation soon, which might be able to fix that. So then I'll be able to eat such amazing things as an apple again. So I haven't eaten an apple for about 6 years.
Wow.
Yeah, which doesn't help my energy, I'm sure, as well. So yeah, I'm a very unwell person, but I try and be positive as much as I can.
Well, thank you for sharing that. That's a really interesting set of illnesses. That can't be easy. All right. It makes the next question just weird.
Okay.
Just because it's just I think having a random question, you go from all these serious questions to all these really weird questions.
That's all right.
Have you ever fallen asleep / checked out while monitoring our inane dribble?
No, I don't think I have, actually. No.
Yeah, you're all very interesting people.
Yeah.
All right.
I've maybe said a few things that I wouldn't write. But no, I haven't fallen asleep.
Everyone's done that.
Yeah.
All right. How long have you been really good at deadpan humour? Was there any particular person or persons who inspired you to take the deadpan route for humour, or was it more of a natural talent?
That's an interesting question. I don't know. I don't remember doing it when I was younger. I'm not exactly sure when it started or how or why. Mm-hmm. I think, I don't know, maybe I sort of did it by accident and then kept doing it, but I don't remember anyone in particular inspiring me to do it. I just found a sort of a cringeworthy idea of if someone trying to figure out if I'm actually joking or not. It's sort of like a joke within a joke, and just doesn't work with some people because they're not capable of realising it's a joke, so they just think I'm really, really stupid and just actually take literally what I'm saying and think I'm a moron, so... I get some funny stares sometimes.
I'm going to have a follow-up question to this. So, who would you say are your sort of comedic inspirations? So, which comedians do you think sort of helped you get towards comedy, I guess?
I suppose my all-time favourite comedian is Rick Mail. Mm-hmm. I love everything he's done.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the young ones, bottom, everything like that. Rowan Atkinson, and last few years got into John Bishop as well. I hadn't heard of him, but then I've gone to see him live, and he's amazing as well. But growing up, it was Rick Mail was the main one.
Awesome. All right, when do you plan on overthrowing Tiberius? I'm honestly surprised there are so many questions about sort of coups and overthrowing me, and it's like people seem to want to get rid of me. That's not nice.
I can't see the calendar from here. Oh
God, it's sometime this year.
No, it's not till next. It's not till next year.
Not till next year. Okay, good.
Yeah.
I've got some time.
Yeah.
All right. What other such projects are you working on? Do you have a blog or anything else like that?
My dog's answering for me. She's saying no, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. I do actually. That's wrong. I have a website which I have a link to that in my signature on the forum, and that started off as a blog actually, but then it just kind of naturally turned into more of a resource, and it's mainly aimed at people who've just sort of got into atheism seriously, or maybe people who are questioning. And I've got a lot of stuff about what all the words mean, because there's a lot of confusion going on about that, and logical arguments and things like that. Sort of putting my point of view across. Anyone on the forum, you can find a link to that in my signature, and I'm quite pleased with that. I put a lot of work into it at one point, but again, it's something I've wanted to do more on, but haven't had the energy to.
Yeah.
And I was going to keep writing as a blog, and I haven't been able to. So again, that's something else for the future. But yeah, the people who've looked at my website, I've got good feedback about it. Especially people who are new to it, like I was a few years ago. There's sort of bit of a shortcut rather than figuring out what the hell people are talking about when they say all these weird words.
Okay, the next question is quite long, so forgive me.
Okay.
All right. Tell us the stories about things we see in the background of your videos, like Flamey, or that orange, or the orange thing I thought was a Pez dispenser, the hanging gorilla, the thing that looks like an electron gun to me, glimpses/traces of Emma, and then in parentheses, man, I hope I got her name right. If not, please forgive.
All right, and I'll get up and walk about a bit.
Flamey. What's Flamey?
Flamey, he's in some of my videos. He's a little orange. He is a flame. He's actually off the British gas advert. A little sort of orange flame. He was kind of moving around for some reason, like walking about, even though he's a flame. Obviously, that wouldn't work. But
yeah.
He was like jumping on the front of cars and walking around. And he kind of looked like he didn't know what he was doing, sort of bumbling around. And my wife thought, I'm like that. I just sort of wander through life, not really know what I'm doing.
Hopefully not on fire, though.
No, most of the time I'm all right, yeah.
Most of the time, yeah.
I'm not allowed to use the cooker on my own. Yeah. So she got a best friend as a surprise to knit that for me. So a little version of me. So that's the orange flamey one.
All right. The hanging gorilla.
The hanging gorilla. Oh yeah, he's on the. Where is he? I think. Yeah, we had a furry visitor recently, and we had to strip the room because he was running off with everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember when we got him. He's got those sucker pads on him. And we just thought he was cool. Mm-hmm. So we stuck him on there. We like having animals. We've got boxfuls of teddies upstairs. We haven't got a room full. Yeah.
All right. The thing that looks like an electron gun.
Oh, yeah, I remember someone mentioned that. I think that's the blender. It's just a normal blender.
It's a blender.
Yeah, I didn't mean for these things.
I don't know who asked this question. Somebody who asked this question doesn't know the difference between an electron gun and a blender. This is a person who's played way too many video games.
Yeah, well, this one's like a smoothie maker, so it's got a few more things sticking off the side of it, so I suppose it looks a little bit funny.
All right.
But
okay.
yeah, I didn't mean these things to
forgiven.
look that suspicious.
Okay, glimpses/traces of Emma. Is that her name?
That is her name,
That is
yeah.
her name. Okay.
She's a real person.
She's a real person, everybody.
Yeah.
All right, any stories about Emma?
Yeah. She's not here at the moment. She's probably at work or something like that.
Saturday?
Yeah.
Blimey.
She's at work on Saturday because her job must involve weekend work, I suppose. Yeah, she's never here when I do my videos, or if she is, she refuses to take part in them, or just hits me with things. Yeah, we've been married for 6 years now. I'm very lucky. Thank you. She's a wonderful woman. I met her on online dating, and she's put up with me all that long. Even through all my illnesses, she stuck by me, and she's amazing.
Awesome. All right. To date, and without naming names, has there been an instance where you have regretted having an individual on staff?
Not as such, no, I wouldn't say so.
All right.
No, I mean, I had a little bit of a falling out with someone, but that's not really to do with them being staff. So,
sure.
I would say no. I've been happy with the staff. I think we're a very good team.
Okay. What is the strangest duty you have performed as staff?
The strangest duty. I don't know. I haven't done anything that strange. But I think there's something sort of quite funny that was strange when I started. I got tricked by someone. They were doing deadpan humour on me, and I didn't realise they got me with my own weapon. And because I'd banned someone for being a stupid spam bot, and then they said, I think you banned a real person. And I thought they'd been serious, and they weren't. They had a really, really stupid, obvious spammy name, like German chemicals or something crap like that.
Right.
But I didn't twig because I'm not with it half the time. So I was like, oh no. So I went and looked through their profile, and then started researching them, finding where their IP address was, and going, I think it's a real person. I don't think it's a real person. Like, I was taking the piss, man. Oh, okay.
Awesome.
Yeah, apart from that, nothing too strange.
This was a popular question. This is something that everybody wants to know.
Okay.
All right. Where is Morose Sinakian?
I think it's somewhere between Mars and Jupiter, isn't it? I've only had very brief interactions with him.
He's the ghost of the staff member.
Yeah.
He's even more inactive than I am. It's crazy.
Yeah. I have actually included him in staff PM sometimes, even though I'm fairly sure he isn't going to answer. But I've just done it anyway. Ages ago, he suddenly turned up in the middle of a debate I was having that was nothing to do with him and just started cussing me out. I had no idea who it was. I was like, what the hell's this? And I said, that's not what I meant. And then he just kept going on me. I go, what? And then he just disappeared again. He briefly came back when I first came on staff, actually, and then started talking to me. I don't think he remembered that incident before. And then he disappeared again. So I think he's off bounty hunting at the moment. I'm not sure.
So. It's going to be interesting when it gets round to him doing these interviews.
Oh, he's going to have an interview, is he?
Well, I think everybody is. I'm going to try and make him find some time.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
What did you do for summer vacation? Or holidays, as you Brits call it.
What, recently or traditionally?
Yeah, I think this summer, so 2016.
Yeah, we had a nice weekend away, actually. Went to Dorset, stayed in a lovely B&B down there, and went back to Monkey World, which is where we got married.
But hang on, wait a minute. Alright, I'm injecting a new question here.
Okay.
Why did you get married at Monkey World? And tell us all about it right now.
I forgot to mention that, didn't I? Yeah, when I got married. Yeah. Yeah, we got married there because we're both animal lovers, and we absolutely love the place, love Monkey World. They're a rescue sanctuary, and they do fantastic work all over the world, saving any monkeys or apes from terrible conditions or from laboratories, that sort of thing. And they also campaign to end horrible practices like beach photography, when monkeys are drugged and then forced to take pictures with people and stuff like that. They've managed to completely wipe that out in some countries, and they're continuing to fight that sort of thing.
Awesome.
Yeah, so we thought that would be different. We thought just a normal wedding would be a bit boring for us, and we wanted the money to go towards them instead of just some guy in a suit. So yeah, we had a very unusual wedding. We got married right outside one of the enclosures, right in front of Paddy's group. And Emma came down on a golf cart to the tune of Ghostbusters, and I was dancing to it. This is all true. I know this sounds like I'm
this
doing
wedding gets better
humor.
and better as you go on.
Yeah, this is actually all true.
Nice.
Yeah, whenever I tell people this, they're like, "Oh, you must try really hard not to get the monkeys in the picture." I was like, what? No, you tried hard to get them.
No, that was the point of having it.
Well, yeah, we're not going to go there and then go, oh shit, there's monkeys here. I didn't think of that.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
That was awesome. We got like a backstage tour, even though we've been there loads of times, but we got to see secret bits, and we got to go up one of the platforms and throw a load of frozen food down to the monkeys. We've been there quite a few times, and it was just fantastic.
That's good. And you went there again this year for summer vacation. Back to the original question. See, I can do segues.
Yeah.
It's great.
Nicely done. Okay. Yeah, so we went back there, which was wonderful. And we went to the Tank Museum, which is actually really close to it. It's about half a mile away from it. Mm-hmm. And I used to think that was a really boring place, and Emma threatened to take me there if I was naughty. But then I started getting into a tank game, this World of Tank card game called World of Tank Generals, and then since then I suddenly got interested in it. And it just so happened they were doing the centenary of the tank when it was first used, so they had loads of displays. They had tanks being driven around and everything, and it was amazing. And that reminds me, I've got a load of pictures I haven't posted up it on the forum. I need to do that.
Yes, you'll have to.
Yeah.
Also of your Monkey World wedding, which I think everybody wants to see.
Yeah, the problem is, I'd love to put more pictures up. I would love to put pictures of Emma up, but she's not very comfortable.
Just blur her face. We want to see the Monkey World wedding, damn it.
I guess we could. I guess I could do that. Yeah.
There you go.
She's
You're welcome, person. Everybody.
Yeah, good idea. All right, then I'll make a note of that on this bit of cardboard. Pictures. Yeah. Okay.
All right, this is a random question, and I'm not sure you'll be able to answer it as a British person.
Okay.
How do you feel about Chipotle mayo? Chipotle is this like Mexican fast food chain out in the States. And I take it they have mayonnaise, like their own custom mayonnaise. I'm not even sure. I've never been to Chipotle.
No,
there is one up the street from me, but I just don't want to go.
No, I've never heard of it before.
Never heard of it. There you go. I can't. So you have no feelings one way or the other about Chipotle mayo.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. Right. Yeah.
Good answer. Okay, what, if any, religious influence did you have growing up?
Well, from my parents, I didn't have any. They never actually said, as far as I can remember, but I don't think they are religious. I don't know if they're atheists either. I don't even know now. But it was just never talked about at all. And then when I got to the age of 5 and started my first school, then I was suddenly presented, because back in those days you were allowed to just have school-led prayer and all that sort of thing. And I was like, what are these people doing? What's happening? It's people, this room full of people talking to themselves. And I'm like, what are they doing? And, you know, I thought it was some sort of joke. What are they doing? You know, and slowly, eventually became aware that they were actually serious, that they thought they were talking to someone. And I was like, this is ridiculous. As far as I remember, I don't think I even went home and talked to my parents about it. I just decided these people are crazy and just left it at that. And just, I was forced to pretend to pray because that was just, they were allowed to do that in those days. But, you know, that was it really. I was Joseph in one of the school plays. I was quite good at learning lines. But I never took any of it seriously. It just seemed really stupid to me.
Good. All right. What is your strangest talent?
Strangest talent. I can put my legs behind my head.
That's pretty strange.
Yeah. Well, like put my foot around the back of my neck. Yeah, I like doing that to creep people out sometimes. I can bend my elbow quite far. I'm sort of double jointed.
Okay.
I've unintentionally creeped people out. When I used to be a teacher, I'd lean on the table and say, "Let me have a look at that." And they go, "Oh, what's that thing you're doing with your elbow?" And then they go, "Do it again." "Oh, what's that thing?" Yeah.
All right. Who taught you your awesome powers of martial arts?
Well, this might be a bit hard to believe, but I actually taught myself. Oh. I just sort of sat in a room and just thought to myself what would be some really cool stuff to do. And it just turned out everything I thought of was really awesome and worked and would work in a real fight. I haven't actually been in one, but you know, I'm pretty confident it would work. So if anyone actually does use my techniques, I could do with some feedback on that.
All right. Tell us about how you were told you were chosen to be a mod, and what was your reaction?
I suddenly got a private message. I think it was right at the beginning of the year, actually. I got a private message from one of the staff saying that we'd like you to become a moderator if you'd like to. And I had no idea. That was a total surprise. And I'd even said openly before I wouldn't do it before. I thought I wouldn't be able to cope with it because I thought it would be too much for me with my ME. Mm-hmm. And I thought it would be too much of a strain because I imagined it would be like really hectic and demanding. And I was going to say no, and then I thought, well, maybe this would be really good for me because my confidence was really low, and I thought, you know, maybe so I asked a bit. I said, could you give me a few ideas of what it actually entails? And he very kindly did and told me a bit about it, and it didn't sound nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. So I thought this is a good opportunity for me to develop my confidence, and I was really honoured to be asked at all. So then I just said, yeah, let's go. So by the time I'd finished typing that PM, about 5 seconds later, my name changed colour. I was like, whoa, this is for real. And then I was learning the ropes. So then I could suddenly see this extra staff forum, which is, you know, full of these threads just slagging off all the members, so where they can't see it, that's most of it.
That's the best bit.
Yeah, that's what we spend most of the time doing. But there are a few serious bits in there as well, I think.
Not many though.
No, but I had to search pretty hard. But I did find some serious stuff in there, so I just went through and read all of that to familiarise myself with it, and asked sort of annoying newbie questions. And they're like, I don't know, shut up. No, we don't do that. Who wrote that crap? Oh yeah, we forgot about that.
All right. Do you remember what was going through your mind at the time you first decided to start debating theists, or was it something that just happened gradually without your deciding?
Well, I've never actually done it to any real extent in person, sort of in real life, as they say. It's never been an issue for me. The very few religious people I know have never brought it up to me or tried to debate it with me, and I'm not the sort of person who would just start an argument with someone for the sake of it. So I think it's when I didn't realise what a big issue it was until a few years ago. I didn't realise what a raw deal atheists were getting everywhere in some places in the world, even in America. And I thought, I wanted to do a little bit what I could, so I decided to join a forum to try and support people who hadn't got it as easy as me. In that respect, I've got it easily. It doesn't matter here that you're an atheist. People don't give a monkeys. And then when I got on there, there was obviously some theists on the site, and then I saw some of them just talking a load of crap, and I was like, what? So I just started putting what I'd been learning from all the videos I've been watching into practice, and just started debating them there. And just been doing that ever since. And I've never done a debate off the forum, but I'd be quite interested to do one, like a formal debate or something. See how I'd handle it.
Awesome. All right. Have you ever met any Atheist Forums members in person? And if so, what was it like?
Yeah, I've met two now. One of them is a little, I think, doesn't want me to say too much about it. So the first person, I won't say anything about him, but I did meet them, and they're very nice, and we got on very well. And then someone else I met. He's called Pocarcus or something like that, or Pocaricus, or
I know who you mean. I can't pronounce his username either.
No, I always call him Pocarcus because I think that's funny. Yeah. So he happened to be in England, and he very kindly came all the way down to see me. He came down on the train and came and saw me, spent the day with me, and he was really nice, and we got on very well. He was a good laugh, and he forced me to play what he called the proper tanks game instead of this wimpy card game I was playing. That was good fun. And I showed him around my town and my village.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was really good. So unfortunately, it was just a day because it was a long way for him to come, and he had to go back again. He came quite a long way to see me. But that was really good. I mean, I'm planning to meet Ivy next year. Hopefully, I'm really looking forward to that. And yeah, I hope to meet many more people in the future. I mean, if anyone comes to England and is anywhere around, I'm not too far from London, then you're very welcome to come and see me. I'd love to see anyone.
Awesome. All right, this is a very serious question.
Okay.
Shoes. Slip-on, tie, or barefoot?
Oh, okay. Tie. How do you wear a tie on your foot? Oh, right.
Tied shoes.
Oh, okay, yeah.
As opposed to slip-on ones.
Yeah.
They missed the Velcro option. This is a terrible question.
So when I was a kid, I always had Velcro because I couldn't be bothered with tying my laces.
So
when I'm in the house, I'm
tied-up shoe man. You are, rather than slip-on.
When I go outside, I generally wear tied up now. Yeah, I used to always wear Velcro. If I'm in the house, generally barefoot. I wear slip-ons if I just go out quickly, like out the back or something, if I'm walking the dog.
The answer for you is all three, then, really.
Yeah.
You're a man of all shoe types, including no shoe at all.
Yeah.
All right.
Does no shoe count as a shoe type?
That's a philosophical question.
Yeah.
There'll be debates for years on that one.
Yeah, I don't think we'll settle that today.
All right. What do you do all day? That's the most generic question.
Good question. Unfortunately for me, not an awful lot. I spend most of my time resting in bed, and as my concentration isn't great, just doing things to stop myself going mad. Really, I play games, and obviously, spend quite a long time on the forum, and I talk to people on Skype, and that's the majority of my social life. I don't meet many people in real life. I don't have the energy to go out. So this forum's been amazing for me, and I talk to some people on for Skype outside of it, and I've made some really good friends, and that's been fantastic. Well, my only routine really is looking after the animals, so I go out and sort of rabbits out in the morning, let them out and feed them, and then throughout the day I'm wandering around after my dog, doing whatever she wants me to do, playing with her, taking her for walks, feeding her and everything. Yeah, and that's about it. That's mostly what I do.
Awesome. All right. Do you think there is a certain bias that means that staff members are less likely to be criticised and or punished for things that normal users would get a shitstorm for? If so, how would you deal with it?
I don't think so, to be honest. No, I think if anything, staff are kind of expected to be held to a bit of a higher standard, and that if a staff member starts breaking the rules, I would bring them up on it. I would pick them up on it, and then if they continue to do it, then would have to make a staff issue eventually. So no, I don't think that's the case at all. It's never been the case as far as I can see. Very rarely have I seen it happen or have ever had to do anything about it. But I certainly wouldn't expect any leeway. We have to follow the rules as much as everyone else.
Good. All right. What would you find tolerable or intolerable that other staff may not?
That's a very, very vague question.
I guess it can be rephrased as sort of what rule do you think could probably be removed, or what rule do you think needs to be added?
Yeah, they're not talking about sexual things, are they? They're talking about on the forum.
I think so. I think that's what the question was aiming at.
Okay. I don't know, really. I mean, I don't care very much about necroposting. Some people are quite against it and quite adamant about it. I don't think it matters that much. We mainly agree on the rules fairly well. I think in the past I've felt that I would want to bring people up on sort of trolling and flaming a bit quicker than other people did, and the rules have got tightened up a bit, because I felt a lot of people were getting away with too much stuff and it wasn't fair on people. So there has been a rule change, and I think that is much for the better, because I think people are getting away with stuff, especially new people, for quite a long time, and it could have a really negative effect. So I felt like my tolerance for that was less, and I'm glad I stood up for that now.
Awesome. Okay, when did you first learn to play the keyboard?
I think I was about 7. I used to have piano lessons when I was young, and I really enjoyed it to begin with for quite a few years, and then after a while I was sort of made to do it, and I still enjoyed playing the piano, but I didn't enjoy being forced to play certain bits of music that I didn't really want to play, and keep learning them. So I learned very young, and I just sort of do it when I feel like it in the spare time now. I used to have a piano when I was growing up. I haven't got one now, so I play the organ instead. But anytime I find a piano somewhere, I'll go and play it, whether people want me to or not. The weird thing is I'm not that great at reading music. I can't read it at any sort of speed. I have to go through it and pick it out note by note and work it all out in my head to the point where I've got it memorised, and then play it from memory. So I'm good at playing from memory, but unless it's very simple, I can't play it straight away from music. Cool.
Which do you like better, tacos or burritos?
I don't know what the difference is. So. Oh, hang on a minute. I haven't had enough of either to really say on that one.
Yeah, not a big sort of Mexican food fan.
No, not a lot. No.
What is your favourite sort of type of food?
My favourite is pizza.
Pizza.
I love that. I can eat that all the time. Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Do you feel any differently about the forum now compared to before you were made staff?
I don't know. I suppose, obviously, I know more about it and how it works, so that sort of makes me feel more connected to the forum. Yeah, I mean, I felt a good part of the community before, but I suppose I feel even closer to it. Like it means more to me now, and I sort of feel sort of partly responsible for it and keeping it running, so it feels more personal to me. And I've seen, the great work that goes on, what the staff do to keep it running, and I just think it's an amazing place and it's important to a lot of people. So I think it's just made me more proud to be part of it.
Awesome. What was the last concert you went to?
I haven't been to a lot of concerts. I went to see Diversity, the dance group. Not really a concert, but I've got to see them live, which was pretty amazing.
Were they were on Britain's Got Talent, weren't they? Or...
That's right, yeah. They won that, and Ashley Banjo's the leader of that. I went to see them in Brighton, and that was incredible. So we followed them for a long time before that, not literally. I don't go to see live music hardly at all, so I can't even remember actually.
Okay. Why did you agree to be on staff?
Why did I agree?
I think you've kind of covered this question already in your other answer. It was boosting self-confidence and
that's right,
and being part of the community. I think.
Yeah.
We'll take that as that answer, I think. This is actually a good one, because I think most of the forum are Americans now. Talk about England's medical system, pros and cons from your personal vantage point.
Okay. What, from the kitchen table?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. I can't see a lot of it from here.
No. Imagine you can.
Oh, okay. I've generally had pretty good experience with it. I think it's a really good thing, and I hope it does stay. The NHS, the National Health Service. I think it is really good that everyone gets looked after, and if someone's in need, the help is there. It's not like, have you got insurance? Have you got this, that, and the other?
Yeah.
Beforehand, and it's not a question of. Because I've heard even like in America, it's like, do I have this operation or do I eat, or do I have a car or whatever? And people aren't made to make those kind of decisions.
Yeah.
I think it gets a bad name because, it's such a big organisation. It's the same with anything. And then when something goes wrong, that tends to get highlighted in the news. And, you don't hear in the news, NHS ran smoothly today most of the time. No incidents, So just the bad things tend to get flagged up. And I have had bad experiences as well. There's going to be good and bad everywhere. But on the whole, I'd say it's generally very good. And it's been crucial to me with all my health problems.
Yeah.
Especially my Crohn's disease. Bad points to it. Well, I suppose I don't see it as a bad point really, but some people would argue, like, why do I have to pay for other people's medical care? But I don't look at it like that. I think that it's a nice thing to look after everyone. And I remember a good quote I heard somewhere, like like how civilised the country is based on how well they treat their worst off people, or something like that. Worded a lot better than that.
I've heard that quote. That's a good
one. So I think it's there for everyone, and everyone's looking out for each other. I think that's really good. So on the whole, I think it's a very positive thing. And I hope the Tories don't fucking sell it to the Japanese or something.
All right. Has there been a time that you have you've been either too invested in a thread topic or with a member that you've had to remove yourself from an issue to maintain neutrality? I think this is generally talking about staff issues. So.
Oh right, okay. Well, I mean, I've definitely become too emotionally invested in threads before and just had to calm myself down because I was just getting too worked up about the debate itself, and it's like, oh, this isn't good for me. I'm getting too worked up. From a staff point of view, I think only once that happened. I said some stuff that I didn't think through too well. Looking back on what I said was fine, but it still isn't the sort of thing I would normally say and be proud of myself for saying. And then I sort of had to reel myself in and just say, right, I don't want to get involved in this anymore because there's going to be a lot of problems with this thread. I can see it coming, so I'm just going to keep out of it from now on. I think there was only that one time. I felt really bad at the time, but then I look back at what I'd done. And like I said, what I said was reasonable. It just probably wasn't very helpful. But apart from that, I think I've been all right. So hopefully my modding hasn't been affected by that.
Good. Okay. What are your aspirations?
Well, at the moment, I'm training at home to become a bookkeeper. That's the other thing I do with my time. I haven't been able to recently because I've been too out of it. But I'm studying to do that. I've finished my level 2 qualification already. I'm working on my level 3 diploma now. So I do that from home with books, and then I go into centres and do exams. So I'm hoping to eventually work as a bookkeeper from home so that I can start getting into the world of work again, because I haven't worked for like 10 years. I haven't been able to. That was my wife's idea. All good ideas of my wife. She's like, hey, you can do this from home. And I can do it around my energy, because even if it was just a couple of hours a day or 1 hour a day, I can never say what I'm going to be like at any particular time of the day. So it needs to be something flexible, and this works well for that. So, eventually, hopefully, get back into full-time work sometime in the future. But unfortunately, with ME, there's just no way of knowing if and when that's going to happen. Try and earn some more money to be able to do more things, get healthier, take some of the burden off my wife, because she has to do way more than she should have to, because I can't do that much.
All right.
Yeah, that's the main thing at the moment.
That's a worthy aspiration, I think.
Yeah, thank you.
So, good luck with that, I think.
Thanks very much.
No problem. All right, back to another staff question. Without naming these are all sort of starting without naming names.
But you can say who it is. It's all right. I won't tell anyone. Yeah.
Without naming names, describe the best and worst. No. Describe the best and worst staff entanglement/intervention. So I think, I think the question's asking where staff have sort of got involved in a situation.
Right.
What was the best one, which you thought was handled really well, and what was the worst? I think that's what that question means.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If it's not, well, apologies to the person who asked it.
Yeah. There was one situation which I thought wasn't handled very well one time. I think I was staff at the time, but I think I was quite new. And I wasn't too sure what was going on. And there seemed to be quite a bit of leniency towards a certain member that I didn't think was justified. And I sort of didn't know what to say because I was so new to it. But I thought, this doesn't seem quite right. And this wouldn't happen for most of the time. This wouldn't happen for every member. So this is something I've brought up since, and I feel like that was addressed. and that I think people did admit that there was a bit too much of that going on.
Yeah.
I think that was probably the worst. The best. I don't know. I mean, I've generally just been very impressed with how the staff handle everything. I don't know if I could pick a particular time. I mean, most of the time things are handled as quietly as possible so as not to embarrass anybody. Generally we message people in private. We don't make a big deal of things. We don't announce on the forum that someone's been warned for something.
Yeah.
So it's kept as quiet as possible. If we're doing our jobs well, you don't hear from us. So people are like, "What do you even do? You don't do anything." Well, yeah, we do. That means we're doing our job well. If you don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I can't pick a particular.
I think on your first point about the negative stuff, I think if there's one thing we can say, it's whenever there is like a worst intervention or a really bad intervention, some good comes out of it. In that we generally change our policies.
I think so. Yeah.
Like someone points out you're doing this a bit weird, and we're like, oh yeah, maybe let's fix that.
I agree. Yeah. There's been other sort of minor things.
Countless debates in the staff forum about the rules, and we change the rules more often than I think any forum on the internet.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, and I think that's really good. I think. Mm-hmm. If you just have a bad incident and you don't do anything about it, then that's a bit stupid. But when you try and learn from it, I think that is good, and we do end up better for it in the end. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. What do you consider to be your greatest achievement, and why is it becoming a mod on Atheist Forums? I added that last bit.
All right. Greatest achievement.
It's probably getting married at Monkey World, to be honest. That's a pretty good achievement.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, getting someone to marry me at all is a pretty good achievement.
Oh, I don't think that's
true. Given my track record, what I was like as a kid, I thought I was like invisible to girls. Well, I did my degree in maths. I suppose that's
interesting.
Academic achievement. Yeah. I was proud of doing that.
That's good.
Yeah. Job-wise, I kind of got cut short by illness before I got too far. I mean, I was a teacher for quite a few years, and I was teaching maths. They didn't call it maths; they called it application of number, so that people didn't think it was maths. But all the kids just go, what time's maths today? No one's fooling anybody.
I've never heard of it called application of number before.
No, it's because it was called key skills. They're just trying to do all these things to make out it wasn't maths. But no one's that stupid. So these were people who didn't actually sign up to do maths. They were doing vocational subjects, and then they were forced to do maths to supplement those skills. And they didn't need to, but they all did need to. Some of them couldn't add up or multiply or anything.
Which is crazy. When I think of vocational careers. A lot of them need math.
Oh yeah, they do. I mean,
it's they
do need
it's
math.
kind of a basic skill for most people, even if they don't realise it. I think.
Yeah, well, that's it. They don't realise it. That's the thing, and they think they can do it. And I'm like, do this then. Add these numbers up. They're like, I don't know how to do that. Oh, okay.
All right.
So I think it was a big achievement that I managed to get people. Some people, these were 16 to 18-year-olds, and they said, I've never understood maths. I've never been able to do it. Mm-hmm. I didn't learn anything from school, and then sort of after a little while with me, they're like, "Oh wow, I understand that now." Why didn't they explain it like that? And that was a really big achievement to me to get through to people like that.
Awesome. This is this is a very strangely worded question.
Okay.
Anything you find a personal possession to tell us about, not that Emma's a possession. I'm not sure if that question is meant just think of a possession and tell us about it, or if they're hinting that they want you to talk about Emma. I think it might be the latter. So
yeah, I haven't got that many interesting possessions to talk about. So yeah, I could say a bit more about Emma. She's she's real. I said that earlier, didn't I?
I think so.
Yeah, she's not here at the moment again.
She's at Monkey World.
Is she? Oh, right, okay, yeah, she's at Monkey World today. I met her online. She's a few years younger than me, not that, a little bit taller than me, but she likes to rub in my face. She's got ginger hair, very beautiful. Again, I've got no idea how I ended up with her. She's lovely, really kind-hearted. She works at a rescue centre where they rehome animals, and that's always been her dream, to work with animals.
That's good.
Yeah, when I met her, she was working in retail, and it was just something to do, and she hated it. And she'd always wanted to work with animals. And then I had the crazy idea of us moving in with her parents for a while so she could retrain to work with animals. And then that actually ended up happening. So she went back to study animal care, and then applied for a job in this animal sanctuary. And just about every job she's applied for, she's got straight away. She just charms everybody, and everybody loves her because she's such a nice person. And I'm really proud of her doing that. It's a really good job she's doing.
That's great. Awesome. All right. We've reached the end of the interview, and I have one final question for you. And it's the most important question. All right? So here it is. Tiberius, great admin or the greatest admin?
Both, I think. Yeah.
Good answer. Excellent. All right. Thanks, robvalue, for your time. I hope everyone enjoyed the interview, and I'm not sure who's next up, but hopefully it will go as well as this one went.
Yeah, I was answering all the questions if I was Alex. Was I meant to do that? Or was it meant to be me?
It was supposed to be Alex, but scheduling issues.
Yeah, I was just saying the things I thought he'd say. I'll do the answers for me next time. I really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
No problem. All right, thanks, Rob.
Cheers.